All right. We is back.
We are.
To anyone and everyone who's watching, there are thousands of you. We welcome you. And we congratulate you for finding us. It's like an Easter egg. It's like a little,
oh my God.
little hidden Easter egg somewhere.
Welcome to Generational Wealth.
The Generational Wealth Program.
This is what it looks like.
The general and the wealth. The generational wealth.
Yeah. You're the generation. I'm the wealth.
I am the generation. Good. Well done. Well done.
This is what it looks like.
Well done. Well, let's get into these wonderful stocks of the Mag 7 today, Tony. Man, a lot of news causing some very bullish behavior in all but one. And we will get. I don't know. Do you want to start with the loser first? And nah, we'll start. Take it from the top. We'll take it.
Take it from the top. You know how it is.
I get bounced around sometimes. Oh, good old Apple.
Yeah, Apple's we go by ticker here on this show, guys.
Yeah, I know. We go. I got to finish this profile from yesterday, which I didn't do. All right, so today, what do you guys think of Apple in the chat? You guys, we got to get a chart up here. I'm waiting. Show my chart.
This is the Mag 7 Madness.
I like your background. Your background's different, isn't it? Oh, no, you just got
Well, look, if I go like this, it's like I'm talking to you, Daryl.
Oh, that's awesome.
It's like me
so
and
if I
you,
go,
we're talking. No, if I go, other way.
Hey, what's up, bro?
Hey, I love it.
High five. High five. Hi. Boom, boom, boom.
I love being in the same room as you, Daryl. I can almost touch you. I can smell you.
It's the trade desk. It's the awesome trade desk. Oh, there we go.
We can hold hands. Great. All right.
Yeah.
That's enough of back. That. Back into the stocks.
That was pretty funny. Man, Apple, what's crazy, Tony, is that Apple is, where are we? Why is this not right? Is this right? Oh, I'm on Tesla. No wonder. God. I'm like, look at this chart, dude. Look at this freaking chart. I mean, you bought Apple, right? Did you
buy Amazon?
Oh, yeah, I bought Amazon. I'm sorry.
It looks even better. Don't worry.
Good. Look at yesterday's profile, though. Look at this jaggedy, just all these little high volume nodes that were just making
so weird
points of control as it was going to the upside. We ended up closing at the high of the day, which is very, very bullish. It was, I think, all-time highs again. Yes, we're there. And we're continuing to make all-time highs on the day. And we're still up despite being kind of trading in the middle of the range of today. So we opened up, man, where did we open up? We opened up at 283.02. It came down as low as 282.64.
Yep.
And then again, 283.08 in like the first half hour. And then after that, it was all to the upside. And I mean, I guess it's kind of following what the NASDAQ's done. A little bit more exaggerated, but the NASDAQ went up and all the way through the bottom and only to come back up. But lately, it looks like it's doing its thing. Man.
Yeah.
I don't know. What do you think of this stock? This stock is, I mean, I hate to buy at the all-time highs, but if you think it's going higher on the day, this is a good point to maybe get in. We're trading just under point of control in the session. We're like just under the VWAP as well. So we're like kind of in the middle, but we're just pulling back a little. And if we could hold, what do? We did this. We came down a few times below VWAP only to retrace. We did this at about 11:35 Eastern. We did it again at 12:10 Eastern. So we've done a couple of these where we come down and we've immediately pulled back up. So maybe we get the same reaction here and get to at least value area high. I mean, maybe 286.50 or so, or maybe even high of the day. So you could still lock in a good $2.50 just from where it's gone, not just breakouts to all-time high, right? Just where it's been. I don't know.
I mean, it continues to be just like bull flag, in like Apple, and it's just like,
all the time.
yeah. I mean, we're coming back down, finding support now at previous all-time highs, right back in October. Like a lot of stuff was making all-time highs after their earnings prints, but hopefully we get this continuation of the trend to the upside. $300 everybody's calling for by the end of the year. But again, actually, it'd be good to know when the next earnings release date is. I mean, October 31st was their last one.
58 days. 58
yeah?
days. It says here. I
Yep.
don't know the date, but it says 58 days till the next earnings report. So we still got a couple months.
So about February 3rd or something, yeah. No, I mean, it's an interesting one. I do think that obviously they're building around, like we said, that iPhone 17 demand, having more demand than supply is obviously any business's kind of end game, but especially with Apple. I mean, they've had a tough year, obviously, being kind of at the crux of some of those tariffs, some of the tariff news that was coming out earlier in the year, Q1, Q2. So,
but they've recovered nicely.
They have. I mean, we're talking like the all-time highs back then was like $250, for Apple, and now, here we are today. But end of year price target, hopefully $300, as long as all things being considered, we stay in the green, marching higher for all the indices.
Man, we've been marching up. We've been marching up since, like you said, kind of like, well, God, even early October. It's just been kind of a steady up, then it would consolidate a bit, kind of stair step, up. So what I do like also is that it's continuing to reach all-time highs despite making major news with more of the circular financing around the AI, where we're hearing news today about more of Amazon and Google and NVIDIA and things of that nature, where there's more, software, cloud storage, etc., money going in. We're not getting much of that from Apple yet. It's still, and Paul and I were talking about this like even a couple of weeks ago. It was just steady Eddie. We wouldn't have the big downs when everyone else had the down days. It would just kind of roll with the punches and then come right back. And that, to me, said that there was just a very good foundation there. And obviously, holders are being rewarded at this point. So, here we are coming back up a little bit as we speak. Just kind of came down below that, just like we did earlier, I mentioned. And now we're above VWAP and we're trying to poke above point of control. So maybe we do go up to the upside. We'll come back and take a look at these all briefly before we get off the air. But all right, cool.
Sure, absolutely.
Let's move to Amazon. Amazon is.
This is the one.
Look at this boy. Look at the reaction. This reminds me of the indices today, where it went to the frickin' ran up, came all the way back, except this didn't extend the low. It didn't extend the low, but it did. I mean, let me get this. Just build out yesterday. Finish it off. These are 5-minute bars. 12:55 my time. Okay, cool. So what did we do yesterday? We kind of closed. We kind of closed. I mean, we were in value, but we were certainly below point of control and VWAP on the day. Where was our close? We closed at 233.98. So we'll call it $234 a share.
Yep.
We opened up this morning, gapped up, opened up at 234.91. So we came up, and then we immediately went right up to 235.58 and kind of bounced around, kind of consolidated. But we were staying above yesterday's point of control, which is good. We didn't break yesterday's range until we got later, and I don't know what this catalyst was. This is about 10:45 Eastern, and it just ripped. This is the news that came out regarding the AWS, right?
Yep.
This was the headline that drove this thing. Oh my God, where did we go? 238.96, almost $239 a share. And then, of course, we had a reaction, and then now we're back up and we're holding. So, but we're currently holding above the open. We're underneath VWAP, but I don't know. I think this all bodes well. All bodes well. Let me go back to where was that AWS? Do you have that? Okay,
the headline.
No, I'll do it. Yeah. Amazon rushes out the latest AI chip to take on NVIDIA and Google. The cloud unit is launching its latest artificial intelligence processor, Tranium 3, to the market. Okay. To be available starting today, Tuesday. And then according to Amazon, the chip can power demanding calculations underlying AI models at a lower cost with a greater efficiency than NVIDIA's market-leading graphics processing units. All right, so that was that big headline. That came out at about 11:05 Eastern. And yeah, right there, boom, off to the races we go.
Yeah,
but
and then I mean, there's been even more, throughout the day. I mean,
more.
every single day, right? There's different headlines that come out, but it's like Amazon
Right
and
before-
NVIDIA are working together on AI today, right?
Yeah.
To mint
Yeah,
some
and right before that headline, there was the NVIDIA and AWS expanding their full stack partnership. So that also came out, and that was just driving this thing up, right? So
yeah, it's the same thing. Another company, Red Hat, announces that it expanded collaboration with AWS, right? And that's really the driver of the AWS. Yeah.
Because it's exactly. It's another partnership, right? It's an additional. Actually, they're expanding them. They've already had some kind of collaboration going on. They're just pouring more money in, more support.
Yep.
Yeah, man. This is. So, do you think we get up to the high of the day?
I mean, I hope so. I mean, I do hope so. I mean, I'd have to take a look again at kind of what the indices are doing. I don't dare to bring it up, but I do think that we kind of, as long as nothing happens out of Washington that's anything crazy to derail this, I don't see why they would, why they would say anything. But hey, anything happens, and I mean, today, tomorrow, we get back above that, daily high of today for sure, or we'll be eyeballing it for tomorrow's level.
It looks a lot like the NASDAQ. I mean, the NASDAQ didn't have the extreme up and down here that we didn't have that.
Yep.
Because that was all part of the reaction of the news. But we have had like this last part. This is all NASDAQ right here, and this is all looking the same right now. So it's I mean, like we talk about this all the time, right? It's always the same. These things trade very similar.
Yep.
They move very similar for the most part.
It's looking like it wants to break out to the upside to me.
It does. We'll come back and look. But currently up $1.43. I mean, how can you not like Amazon with all the headlines? Even if it's even if you're a little, I mean, even if it's just a little bit like buying the rumor. Yes, we know all this stuff is just commitments and nothing's really tangible yet, but
not yet.
It's momentum, it's driving it. So do it.
Yeah, I know. And it's really that, the unveiling of new AI chips. It's like, what does that actually do? That is the question. Who knows? When do they actually roll out? How fast are they? They probably are super fast, obviously, if it's, an actual rollout from Amazon, because Amazon always wants the best stuff, right? They need to. They need to continue to innovate in everything that they do in order to grow.
Everything they do, right.
So,
but it's hard. It's hard for us to like regular lay people that don't know, like we're not computer engineers or anything. It's hard to understand and quantitate the difference. Like, what is AI doing currently versus where can it go? You know what I mean? Like, I don't personally know. It just sounds cool. Hey, new generation, new technology. Well, it's like this phone. It's like, hey, Apple Intelligence. What does Apple Intelligence really mean? You know what I mean? Like, I get it, but
I know, but I think this is where you're really going to start to see like this inflection point of like, certain AIs and certain things that really start to outperform, right? So if like Amazon's using something that's, 4.5 times more compute performance, 4 times greater energy efficiency, 4 times more memory bandwidth. This is where you go from like ChatGPT that you give them a prompt and it takes 10 to 12 seconds. And then you go to Grok or whatever else, Amazon's AI, and it's like done in a second. So this is really where they do start to, outperform, I guess. So
exponentially.
Soon into 2026 for sure.
Yeah.
So so we'll see here.
All right,
wow. I wonder what the costs are though. Like,
oh God.
If you have a chip that's 4 times, better, I guess, then what is the cost of it?
Cost to the end user?
No, I mean just even to them.
Or, I don't know.
Yeah, cost to make them.
Wow, they got they got so much money, these companies, though. I mean,
right? They don't care about R&D spend.
I guess I don't know. All right, Google. All right, so Google is. So this is interesting. So this is where it looks a little different on my chart, because I did not track. Well, I got yesterday's. I'm sorry. Let me finish. Boom. Okay, cool. Yeah. So we closed near the low of yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why. Why were we doing this yesterday? What was going on yesterday? I don't know. I don't remember. Yesterday was kind of a sell-off day anyway, so we ended up closing down here at the lows, below, certainly at the value area low, kind of like. And then we opened up, looked like we gapped up, but we, in the first 5 minutes, we extended that and we came down and filled that gap down to kind of retest yesterday's close. So we've been all over. We're trading in range. The interesting thing is we came down the low so far today at around 11:25 Eastern. We got to 313.91, which was 2 pennies higher than yesterday's low of the day. So we're holding, right? We're just holding. We're holding this little consolidation pattern. We're currently trading, kind of right in the middle of the range today. We're right at VWAP on the session. We're right at point of control from yesterday.
Sure.
We're just kind of trading kind of like where we were yesterday, despite being up, almost 0.5%. But we're only up 0.5% because of where we closed yesterday, right? We closed at the low end, and here we are trading up here. But just from looking at where we're trading, we're just trading in a range here. We're trading in a consolidation range.
Yeah,
very much like yesterday. But what does that mean? Does that mean that we are going to go further up here? I think so. I mean, Google's had a little bit of a pullback, but with all this news, like we just went over, how could you not be bullish? Right? Like, how could you, like, maybe this is an opportunity to get long here. Certainly if you're a swing trader, you may want to, or add to your position, but I don't know how you feel.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It has kind of been lagging a little bit,
Yeah,
even further into today, which is kind of a tough one. But yeah, I think that at least for Google, more alignments that start to come out from the various companies that are beginning to align themselves, like Amazon, like any of the other small ones. I mean, you were saying a week ago or two weeks ago, right? Google, we should have bought it when Warren Buffett bought it, right?
Yeah.
Because it's up like almost 20% since
exactly
Warren Buffett.
Everyone was like, "Dude, what's he doing? What's he doing?" He's, well, obviously he was not. He knew what he was doing.
Yeah.
Now we may come down here though. This gap that's down here, right, from the prior week. Maybe we do that before we go up. I don't know.
I mean,
I don't know.
I don't know. They could try to sweep like the 328, 325. Well, yeah, that would put you somewhere. But again, the macro would need to deteriorate in order for it to go back, even further lower. But again, it's just one of those things. And I don't see many headlines that are, at least stock moving overnight for Google right now. So I guess it's just, steady as she goes. The algos have it. So, I mean, even if you look at the range of today, like it's not that, it's kind of like yesterday, even less of a range.
Even less. Yeah.
So it's just like, nothing to really write home about. Still, if you're looking at it, you're looking for a long-term investment, not trade, but a long-term investment, then, good time to get in. Sure. Right.
Exactly. Yep. I mean, I would agree. And we're currently trading right in the middle. We're right freaking in the middle, right at the point of control and VWAP, and it's just is what it is.
Yep. I mean, still the third most valuable company in the world, so it is what it is.
I think point of control will probably move up there. If we get up there, we'll see. Yeah. All right, cool.
Who would have thought?
Yeah, I know. These big stocks just keep getting bigger and bigger. Just, man.
I'm waiting for Amazon to keep on going. All right, what's the next one here?
Little Meta.
Meta.
Little Meta.
FB. It used to be FB, right? Not letter F.
It used to be FB. It used to be FB. It used to be Zucka Mucka Zuck. No. Yeah, no, it used to be. Yeah. So let's see. Where do we finish? I think we closed yesterday. Boom. All right. Yeah. So we kind of closed again, a little soft. I mean, it wasn't bad. We right at point of control yesterday. We've opened up the same area, kind of retested yesterday's high. Then we pulled back, kind of like what we just saw on Google. We came down, but we didn't break yesterday's low. Came close, kind of around 8:45 Eastern or so, only to come back up. And then we went to the upside. We did break yesterday's range, but it couldn't support it, couldn't hold, and just kind of fell back down. So we've completely rotational. Now this reminds me of what the indices have done early on, except now you would have to have had like this right here. You should have been doing this for it to be like the indices. So it's staying above, which is interesting.
Yeah.
Right. Interesting. Yeah. We're at the high of the session. We're trading outside of yesterday's range. Can we get eventually to the 650 and make our way ever so slowly up to start to fill the gap, or at least retest that gap, which I think is at 685, or where do I have it at? I gotta go way back. Oops, my pointer.
Oh wow, it's a long way.
Yeah, yeah, 680. We'll call it 680. No, it's a long way up, and that's just the bottom of the gap. Because they were at 760 before, but you can see here. You can start to see. It looks like we've definitely rounded the corner, right? I mean, definitely rounded the corner here. Come on, why can't I grab this marker? Now it's the question is, are we going to continue here, or are we going to consolidate? Are we going to retest the low? I don't know. But we are up. I mean, dude, we're up $4.50 a share. Pretty substantial. 0.7%, and we're basically still moving. We are at the high of the session, and we're still going. So we're where a lot of these other stocks are. Oh God, why? I keep clicking you. Does this? I don't know why. It's a little bit of a lag with TradingView sometimes for me.
Sure. Yeah.
I have no freaking clue, man. I don't have this problem with Project X though. I will say that. Project X, I click the button, I make the money.
And it's done, right?
It's done. No, it is. It's fast. So yeah, so we're up here. And I don't know, Meta didn't have much news today, did we? I didn't see anything.
No, I mean, really, it's just the longer term bulls coming back into the picture. Like, it's one of the best values in the current market. We're going to rally 70% up from here. And I'm like, yeah, okay. Well, this is the thing. If Meta's rallying 70% from the current level, then everything, all the other freaking stocks that we're talking about are also up 30, 40, 50%, so.
Did you say someone called $1,000 a share with Meta? Was it Meta? Yes.
Yeah. Yes, it was. And it's just like, okay, yeah. I mean, make the case, but it's still one of those things. The biggest plague on this stock has been the CapEx spend for the AI stuff.
That's it.
Zuckerberg wants to use I don't even know 40% of the cash flows to go into AI, probably because, I mean, maybe they're doing something right. Maybe they're doing something wrong. Obviously,
exactly.
The founder.
They're doing something different. They're differentiating themselves from the others, right? They're basically putting their money back into their own R&D. They're not going out to the market. They're not having reinvestment and commitments from other players, other competitors.
Sure.
It could turn out to be a genius move in the end, right? It really
could.
Yeah.
Yep. And then, I mean, again, it's one of those things, right? When we start looking at some of the fundamentals and price to earnings ratio, it's still the cheapest from a PE standpoint. Trades at 21 times forward earnings. So, if you're looking for, you're a little bit behind in the AI trade, and you're looking for one at least. I mean, they do physical data centers, and they rent it out to whoever needs them, right? So sublease, whatever it might be. Whatever deal they want to do. So, I mean, and they've definitely been lagging for sure. I mean, got that gold line on my chart that you guys saw in the previous sessions of Mag 7 Madness as well. And it's like, damn, that was that long-term support level. We just like a couple of days towards the end of the, sky is falling AI crap that we had to go through. And now we're kind of, off that level for sure.
What was that? What price is that low?
Oh man, that price was what? I mean, it's the low of the last week, 583.
80. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
exactly.
583 somewhere.
But look how far we've come now. I mean, this is the
thing. Yep. So I mean,
long way.
That's why, guys, you got to look left. It's not just in trading; it's also in like investing for longer term holds as well, right?
Have to always. Have to.
Yep. So again, linear regression says it's going to the upside. I say, yeah, sure. But I do think, it's something that you got to watch. Obviously, people are worried a little bit about the CapEx spending, right? And to see it actually pay dividends, a year from now or 2 years from now, or however long the management team thinks, then that's something that needs to be thought out a little bit more, But if you're looking for some sort of swing trade intra-month or something like that, why not? Right? Like I said, it's still the cheapest of the big tech. So,
and we've just rolled over. Like when we started talking about it, it was up like $4.40. Now we're pulled down to about $3.75. But we came to the point of control. We'll see if we kind of bounce off of here and maybe continue to the upside. But
I mean, average consensus amongst the analysts are, and this is into 2026 because they're always trying to forecast out, a couple quarters, guys, but it's like $850.
Yeah.
So the average price target, whether or not they get there,
sure, a cool $200 from here.
I mean, even the lowest price target is $720. So has it been schlacked by the market? Yes.
Sure.
Is it a dog and kind of underperforming? Sure. Yeah. Sure.
But that's where the value can be found.
Yeah, exactly.
So, all right, let's move on. We got 3 more to wrap up here. Microsoft. All right, so Microsoft. I mean, they all look different today, which is really interesting. These patterns are all fairly different. But Microsoft is up on the day. We're up 0.7%, $3.29. Currently, let me just draw this again. Yesterday, most of these guys traded similarly yesterday. Kind of a tight range. Just kind of this again. Microsoft closed kind of to the low of the session, but maybe just right at value area low. Certainly right near point of control, which had come down near the end because of the volume. So where did they close? Closed at 46.89. We opened up just above it, just dipped down to kind of fall into that, and we're off. And so this has been very strong this morning. Early it was very strong. It was up and to the right, up and to the right, up and to the right.
Yep.
Broke yesterday's range. Broke the range now of what we did in the shortened session on Friday, which I'm not tracking here on a profile, but you guys can see it up here where we traded. I think it was like 492.65 or something like that. So we've exceeded that, but we couldn't sustain. We fall back again. But I forgot whether this was Amazon was like this or opposite, where it was bouncing off of VWAP or came down and went off. Probably Amazon. We'll go back. But, it came down here. It dropped below session VWAP at around 11:30 Eastern. It came up. It made the new high on the day, right? Came back down again. Went through VWAP. We're currently there below. We got to see if we can travel out of this to the north. Maybe we'll retest the upside. But we were way up here. I mean, we're up $3 a share. We were up, we were up another 3.5 at the high of the day. So, there could be some built-in premium here. If you think we'll get back up there and you want to enter long here and maybe keep a tight stop to the downside, just because we're below VWAP, maybe we poke above, but we're kind of consolidating here. So it's not like a quick retest like we did earlier. Like we didn't earlier, like I said, around 11:30, we kind of came down and we immediately kind of came out of it. Here we're down and we're just kind of hanging out here, which is a little different. So I don't know.
Yeah, I know. It's kind of a tougher one. Like we were saying before, it was still like lag.
It's got to get above
and
$500.
it's
Yeah,
trying to break up to the upside a little bit. It's poking above this like
little.
downward progression that we've had. But, I think the market broadly is going to have to cooperate to the upside in order for this thing to kind of break out of this little downtrend that it's been obviously seeing for like the last month.
It's been the ugliest. It's been the ugliest sister here for a while.
Yeah. Yeah.
It just is. It's but we're holding this gap that we made last week. We're still, maybe we're rounding the corner. Maybe this is like a meta, not the same fundamentals, not the same story, but again, like I think if we can get back up to 500, and there's also, we had a gap, well, it was filled, but we have this consolidation that I drew up way up here, which is kind of like $500, $499 is on the low end of things. We got to get up to that to kind of get back in line, and then make it up to the upside where we were way up here, 553. So we'll see. We got a long way to go, and not a lot of velocity behind this, I think. But
sure. Yeah. I know it's still just trying to claw its way out.
I think you made a very good point, Tony, where it's going to have to be like the overall market's going to have to move this thing. It's probably not going to do it on its own.
Yeah, but hopefully, I mean, barring anything kind of weird going on with the stock, potentially, I mean, it does look like it's like, kind of flipping for a reversal back to the upside.
Yeah.
It's coming back down, finding a little bit of support at the previous highs of like last week. Whether or not it can get above like the previous week highs,
right.
Who knows?
No, but you're great.
I know.
Yeah,
I know. I get it. Yeah.
Holding right there.
Yeah.
Which is a good sign, at least. The two moves down here, they found support for sure. So
they're dealing with a lot of stuff internally as well, right? Like they have how much 30% stake in OpenAI. They keep on putting up money for different research projects and buying IPs and all this other stuff. So there's a lot of cash spend and cash burn for sure over at Microsoft. So I think maybe that's why it's been a little bit of a laggard, or getting beat up a little bit more on those down days than everything else, right? But still, I mean, I'm sure if we looked at the cash reserves and the cash holdings of some of these things, it'd be like, why? All right, I'll buy this thing hand over fist. I mean, if you have the dry powder.
Yeah, of course.
So it's always a little.
I got to keep some cash on the side. Got to keep liquid.
Yeah.
All right.
Don't sell TMC.
NVIDIA. Let's look at the last big boy here. Up about 0.8%. All of these stocks are nothing's trading above 1% on the day. They're all in the green so far until we get to Tesla, the last one. But NVIDIA, it's up about $1.43 a share, way down off its highs of the session. Boy, did it ever gap up and ripped. Was up above 185, which was encouraging. We were talking about this yesterday, Tony, and I've been talking about this with Paul. Got to get above 180 again. Got to get above 180 and sustain it. Well, we did. It was hanging right there yesterday. It closed, I think, just shy. Yesterday's close, $179.99.
Yeah. Wow. Of course.
One little penny. And then we gap open. We open up big time. Opened at 181.77. Pulled back, about 20 cents. And then we're off to the races. Went way up. Came back down. Oh, dude, I think we filled it I think we just touched it. Where we closed. Just touched. Came back into yesterday's close. And then bounced off. But we're still... can't get above the session VWAP, which is pretty far up, 183. We'll call it 183 and 15 cents. We're currently down here at 181. We're like $2 away, and we're kind of looking soft. But so is the Nasdaq right now. So is the ES, looking a little soft. And they had a lot of news today too. They were the beneficiary. Well, they're defending themselves, right? They are they announced that them and AWS extend their full stack partnership. But I think, didn't we read something earlier that said like NVIDIA is like our chips are the best bar none, or so, like, you know, that
Yeah,
sounds like
pretty
you're on the
much.
defense
Yeah, I
kind of
know.
thing, you know. So it's like, come on, guys, now you got
Yeah, it's really the executive team that gets on the
so
horn and they're just
funny,
like,
dude.
hey,
It's so
nothing's really changed, but we're still just trying to pump out
we
these
gotta
things.
flex our muscles,
Yeah,
look like we're the tough
yep,
guy in the yard.
yep,
Uh,
yep.
but
I mean, I don't know. I don't know about how
Jensen,
useful that is. I mean, yeah,
oh,
everyone's
man.
kind of just sleeping on Nvidia, right? Because it's been the talk of the town for a long, long time,
Yes.
and it's literally the number one stock that moves with any sort of AI related headline that comes out, right? And of course, everyone says that Google is rivaling Nvidia, I guess, or doing something different, in terms of the software and the hardware, right?
Yeah.
And then
Yep.
you have Nvidia's newsroom coming out saying like, "Oh, we're so delighted by Google's success. They made great advances in AI, and we're going to continue to supply Google." And it's like, okay, we get it, dude.
Yeah.
Like they buy
Yep.
your chips, everybody else does too.
Yep.
Okay,
Yeah,
but
exactly.
it's they're cooking with gas in one of the back rooms, trying to make their own. It's not like they can't, right? So
Right. Exactly.
yeah.
Exactly. But you got Tesla that keeps buying a lot of NVIDIA chips.
Oh God.
A lot.
Yeah. Is that how you
And I
segue
guess
into the last one?
that's
Really?
exactly that's exactly what I did. You're right on the money there, buddy.
Sure.
Down $4 and roughly 50 cents a share. This one is down over 1%. So just over 1%. All the rest we said were up. They weren't up. They're in the green, but they're not over 1%. Tesla's down 1%. And I don't know why. I mean, I really just don't. I don't. This is Tesla, man.
Yeah.
Some days you're up, some days you're sideways, some days you're down. Yesterday we were sideways. We were, again, like so many of these other stocks yesterday. They kind of closed kind of right in the middle of the session, right at point of control and VWAP, and then we opened up, and we did take off. We immediately tested yesterday's high, but fell back down, and then we broke out kind of probably around, I want to say 11:30 East. No, 10:10. So I don't
Oh
know what
wow.
caused that. 10:10 Eastern. It made the high of the session, kind of at 436, 436.85, we'll call it, and then it fell back down, and then it came down in a hurry. Now this looks a lot like the ES. This looks a lot like the indices currently, and we're just kind of consolidating here. But unfortunately, we are below yesterday's range now. We're like, can't get back into yesterday's range at all. So that doesn't bode too well, because it just is what it is. I don't know.
Yeah, I know. It is just kind of a weird one. And like it's a lot of headline driven crap and hasn't really been doing much, in like the nearer term. So that's kind of interesting. I mean, actually just literally saw a headline now. Trump saying it. Elon and I get along.
Oh, I
They
see
do
it. Yeah,
now, I guess, whatever.
I guess they do now.
But yeah, I
I see
mean,
it.
there's a lot still going on in this one, obviously.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's kind of just one of those things where the bulls say, "Hey, it's a must own stock." Right. And the world is about to absolutely change with Tesla right there changing it. So it's just like, all right, but what does that actually do for me? What does a product do? Are people even going to buy the product? Like, they want to unveil those robots, right?
Yeah.
Optimus Prime, whatever the hell they call them. I don't even know.
Optimus Prime.
And it's like, what's the cost going to be on that? 20 grand. And they hopefully can finance these bots over 5 years, like a car loan. It's just like,
That's crazy.
Yeah. And like we said before, right? Don't forget, like their main business is cars. Okay. And the auto sector has been shellacked. And it's really, not a good thing to be obviously levered to the car market right now.
And a lot of the electricity rebates have gone away. There's just not a lot of incentive there, and all the other automakers have lots of great quality EV products, right? There's a lot of competition just in general. There's so much competition.
Yeah.
I mean, if you like the stark, plain, simplistic layout of a Tesla, that's cool. But if you like a Beamer, you like a Mercedes, you like an Audi, you like a German engine, you like all the luxury and all the other stuff, you can still get that in EV, right? Which I like better. I like it better. To me, it's more like a real car. Yeah. I don't like the Tesla look, but that's just to each their own. But so yeah, man, it's like a lot of competition.
No, I know. I hear you. I totally hear you. I mean, it's one of those things, actually. It's pretty interesting to hear, when people, why they're buying Tesla now, why are you doing it right now? It's just one of those things that some people don't even know why. Some people do know. Obviously, like we said, all the Elon Musk fanboys, as Darryl puts it, they're out there, kind of just buying Tesla hand over fist with like the last $100 that they have. And they're probably also buying Bitcoin, and they're probably also buying some weird altcoins that get tweeted about every single day. But yeah, I mean, again, will it be up and to the right over the next 5 to 7 years? Probably. But I mean,
I guess.
Again, I don't know what's really going on with it right now. Obviously, it's a multinational, multifaceted company. And again, like these companies still have high cash burn rates, because like they're just doing the AI stuff. They're doing the different product launches. They're spending millions of dollars on people. Like,
barring stock splits, there's way better things to buy than this price. I mean, that's just for me, like my money. Like even at Meta at the price for the upside, I would spend $200 a share more and buy Meta over Tesla today.
Sure. Yeah.
I would buy Amazon and Apple today. I would buy Google today.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Right. I wouldn't buy Tesla.
No, I know. And it's just like, the latest launches, right? When you start looking at product companies, like the latest launch, like the Cybertruck. It's like, God. Dude, like how much does a Cybertruck even freaking cost? 90 grand?
But one of my sisters go. So her husband had a model. He's kind of had lots of. He hadn't really had a lot of Teslas, but no, he had like that little i3, that little BMW, a little i3 thing. Plugged in because he's always on it. He travels like 150 days a year. He's always on a plane. So like he works from home. So he's didn't really need. He's always had these little leases on these little cars. But then he got a Model S a few years back. Again, he doesn't drive it. He just because he's always like taking an Uber to the airport or whatever. So it's kind of funny. But they got something like I want to say early this year, like this spring, they got a call from Tesla. It was like, hey, thank you for being a great customer, blah, blah, blah. We want to give you some kind of incentive to buy the Cybertrucks. Like, and they bought one just because my sister drives the big fat Escalade and she takes 3 kids all over school and crap. And she's just burning gas like crazy, like crazy.
Sure.
So she's like, no, I'll take the Cybertruck if you don't need the 3 rows. So they wrapped it, whatever. It's ugly as hell. But the price they got was, dude, it wasn't 90. It was like half.
You're kidding.
And so my brother-in-law was like, I can't say no because I can write it off and I can add it to the
absolutely.
business. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So they got it for that reason, even though it's a dog ugly piece of crap. It's a raccoon. We call it a raccoon. The raccoons try to get in it. Have you heard the story about the Cybertrucks?
No.
Because they think the side looks like those aluminum trash cans that they always want to go in the dump.
Oh my God. Yeah.
And the raccoon, there's pictures out here in California, these raccoons on the trucks trying to find a way to get in. They think it's a dump, like a
trash
dumpster.
Can.
Yes.
That is awesome.
Damn
that is so
thing
funny.
ever, man.
I mean, it is just one of those things, right? Like it's a Cybertruck. Like it's freaking ugly inside. It's all made in China, majority of it, right? And it's just everywhere. It's like there's no character. It's just sterile. Like, and like people like that. Like we've clearly taken minimalism to a whole nother level where it's just a giant void of character, history,
taste,
yeah, exactly, man. Everything. So, all right, we got to let Paul step in.
Paul could go on about the Cybertrucks.
He's like, just eyeballing when he closes his Car Guru's browser. Yeah, guys, I hate Cybertrucks too.
I do. I do, man. I do with a passion. All right, Paul. We'll see you. We'll see you back in a short bit.
Yep. Paul, you're muted.
All I promise.